What poison did you put in there?
Did you feel the tingle?
Oh,
in your butthole? Let's go to bed. With my new sweater. Hi, welcome. My name is Stephanie and I don't know how to adult, which also includes I don't know how to change into new clothes. Welcome back to the vlogs. I decided to be a little bit creative with my intro. I've been watching a lot of magic tricks on YouTube, but my fiance is getting sick of being a human tripod and I have to edit and I have to do a bunch of stuff. But first, I just wanted to talk to you guys real quick. My fiance and I were talking about this the other day and so strange. Where are you going with that coffee? Can I see that? Why does your coffee look like that?
I don't know. What did you put in there? What poison did you put in there?
I got this all on camera. He's literally shitting himself because he went downstairs. Because Amazon told us we had a package. We went downstairs. The person at the front desk was like, y'all don't have no package. And we were like, no, we assure you we have a package. And they're like, you don't have a package. And so he fought them for a second. He didn't fight them, okay? He was just down there for like 30 minutes trying to help them locate this package because it was kind of an expensive package. It has my lighting set up and everything in there. And so he's like, what the heck? He comes back upstairs. It's been like, what, 10 minutes? And he gets a text message saying, you have parcel pending, which is like they have these, you guys saw it in my other vlog. But essentially what happened was when I was in high school, I went to the nurse's room because I was feeling sick, you know, I was getting indigestion. I wanted a ginger ale and I wanted some free saltine. And she's like, okay, just write down your name, write down the time that you came in, write down what period it was, and all of that, yada, 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 right? And so I'm writing this shit down and she looks at it and I wrote Stephanie, okay? And she looks at me and goes, no, your name. And I go,
my name is Stephanie.
And she goes, no, your legal name. And I go,
my legal name is Stephanie.
What grade were you?
I was like in 9th grade, I think.
What?
And she was like, no, your legal name, like on your birth certificate. And I was like,
my birth certificate, straight ass, dead ass, says Stephanie, lady.
like I was getting so frustrated. I was like, that is so rude because apparently, like, I think it had to do with like I went to a really white school and then there wasn't a lot of Asians, and the Asians that were there, like my sister's name is Cindy, but that's not her birth certificate name. You know what's actually really funny? It was at one point. My sister, I think, is one of the only few people that did a weird switcheroo. So when she came from the US to Korea, like they wrote her name down as Cindy as her legal name or something, right? At one point, Cindy was her legal first name. But then when she became a citizen, you get the option, right?
She changed it back?
She changed it to her Korean
Wow.
name. Usually you hear
Good
the
for her.
opposite way, right? Usually people are like, no, I want to like change my Asian name into an American name so it's easier for people to, you know. But she's like, nah, I want my Korean name, bitch.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So when she got her
She decided
citizenship,
that?
yeah, and I was like, really? Isn't it gonna be harder for you? And she was like, no, I like my Korean name better. Not many people call her Cindy.
Really? Nobody calls her Cindy?
Well, her fiance does, but it's because he's not that good at Korean. And then that nurse just tried to F with me, and I was like, listen, lady, show me your birth certificate. People used to ask me in high school all the time because I had a lot of white friends. Can I say that? Yeah, I had a lot of white friends, okay? Because there wasn't too many Asians. I only started hanging out with Asians, like, I would say, like, end of my high school life and stuff like that. Like, I hung out with both sides, especially during church. I always hung out with Asians. It was really weird because every time the school year would hit, I mainly hang out with, like, white people because that's what 90% of my school was. But then during the summers and weekends, I go to the most Korean church ever. And so then it was like I was having an identity crisis either way. So, you know, all of my white friends would always ask me why Asians do that. And I'm like, what do Asians do? And then they'll be like, they'll say the Asian name like the first day of class because that's what's on their roster. What's a Korean name? Like Miwan. That's Patricia's name, right?
Well, that's her Korean name.
It's her Korean name. Miwan.
Miwan?
Yeah. So then it's like they'll say, Miwan, is Miwan here, right? And then she'll go, I'm sorry, I go by Patricia. My white friends will look at me and be like, and I'll be like, and they'll be like, how does she get Patricia from Miwan? Because, you know, it'd be different if her name was like, you know, Penny, and then it's like, oh, I go by Patricia. Because that makes more sense, you know? Like, Jonathan. Oh, I go by Johnny. But then they're like, how do you guys come up with these names? And I was like, I'm not sure.
You know, there's a girl made a ton of money since she was 16. Just by...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know that one, right?
Yeah, she was in China. and she would sell American names. Not sell, but like give you American names instead of like Google searching it, because if you Google search it, it's all like very like generalized. Not generalized, but like they wanted very specific.
Sometimes they would spend so much time and energy to pick the right name, because that name sometimes could determine your future.
What would you guys name your kid? I promise I won't steal your baby names, but I think for...
To me, it's just a science.
He doesn't want it to be in the front, so he doesn't want it to be A or B, because
I
then
think
you're
Aaron,
first.
Aaron, probably one of the worst, as well as Zuela or whatever.
Zoella. Oh my god, we were just talking about Zoella, that's why. Zoella's a huge beauty influencer, and that's like her nickname. She goes by, her real name's Zoe, I think.
Oh,
Anyways, I gotta edit a vlog, and then I gotta head on out, because you guys, I'm going to pick up Raising Cane's today. I've never had Raising Cane's in my entire life, and today is the day, because there's one, I think like 40 minutes away from downtown, which from Beverly Hills area would have taken me a hot second, but from here, it's only gonna take me 40 minutes, and it's Saturday, so hopefully there's no traffic. But first, I just know that I have to go before the sun goes down, because I'm actually not sure what the area is like, but I read online, maybe not the safest, and also I'm going alone, and I just don't really like going to new areas alone, especially at night, so let me get some editing done. Promise I'll change before I go out, I think. I mean, I make no promises, actually. Let us edit. By the way, it took me 5 outfits to get into this simple ass, just basic ass hoe biz dress. But look what I found. I put on some shorts underneath this dress because I thought it was a little bit short. And I put them on. I'm looking in the mirror, just making sure that it's not like bunching up. And I see this little bug in the corner of my eye. And I almost have a full-on meltdown. And I look a little bit closer before I full-on freak out and think that there's a cockroach on my girl parts. I look and realize it's a lash. Look at this, honey. I finally motherfucking made it, biz. It honestly took me 40 minutes plus some traffic. I honestly think it took longer than 40 minutes, and biz, that was a hard drive. Like, the highways were stressful. I was switching in and out of completely different highways. I don't think that there's a highway that just, like, typically when you live in LA, even if there's traffic on the highway, there's usually a highway that'll take you, like, pretty much to your destination. You get off the exit, and that's pretty much where you are, right? But this place, it took me, I think I switched to 4 different highways, got off the exit, had to drive, like, what, 8 miles in residential streets, which just means a lot of speed limits and a lot of stop signs. This is the drive-through line for Raising Cane's, and this ain't even it, this. I've been in line for a second, and this wraps around the entire building. I would say that this is pretty much in and out at their busiest time, like maybe even longer. I have so many high hopes. I've never even tried Raising Cane. I don't even know what's on their menu. I just looked up their menu and realized that I drove about an hour to get chicken fingers. Like, that's pretty much all they have on their menu is chicken fingers. So this better be the best goddamn chicken fingers that I can shove down my mouth, because I mean, I've got high hopes. My hopes through the roof. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now it's just the waiting game. Hi, could I get the sandwich combo? We do a Diet Coke, 25 finger, in order of the 25 fingers. 5 crinkle cut fries, 3 Texas toast, 5 coleslaw, 1 more sandwich combo as well. Do Diet Coke again. About how many people do you think that'll feed?
Okie dokie, my love. These are the 2 sandwiches.
Okay.
And for your 25 tailgate, I will have you just pull around right here and just go ahead and wait between these cars, okay?
Between?
Right here in this parking lot.
Oh, in this little?
Right here.
Okay.
Just go ahead and like wait right here and we'll take it out.
Thank
for
you. Hold on, let me show you guys a preview of the sandwich combos that I got 2 of. If their sandwiches are small, I'm gonna go back and they're pretty big. Oh my gosh, they look good. Let me get a french fry. Oh, honey.
Whoa.
Worth the drive.
Why? You ate it?
Holy shit. Oh my.
Lying to me?
No. Oh my god. I'm offended that they don't have more of this. And they have the cool ice. Which fast food restaurant do you guys like the most in terms of ice and soft drinks? Mine is always Chick-fil-A. Something about the styrofoam cups, something about the shape of their ice not being regular schmegular cubes makes it taste so much more Diet Coke, right? But this, they have like the same kind of crush, but like kind of like balled ice. So good. To be fair, I had no idea it was gonna be this much food. I mean, she straight up told me, she said, listen, I don't know how many people this is gonna feed. I asked her and I ordered like a giant party pack. Usually on the menus of like places where you get like a catering menu or like a tailgate or whatever, it'll say like, oh, feeds to blank people, right? And it didn't say that. And so I was like, oh, do you know how many people it's gonna feed? And she's like, no. So my little dumbass just kept ordering and ordering and ordering because I was like, better be safe than sorry. You know, I drove all the way over here. And I almost broke my camera. So I was like, yeah, I'd rather get more than less because what are the chances that I'm gonna drive all the way back here? At least this way, worst case scenario, Bis got leftovers, Patricia lives close by, maybe I can just have her come eat some Raising Cane's later. And then I decided, let's just go all out. But now, I'm thinking I got enough to like feed a village. I mean, this is a little bit too intense. I definitely need to call Patricia to get some leftovers because she's never had Raising Cane's.
I eat it all.
You guys are getting a sneak peek. So I'm not gonna open the sandwiches. Obviously, I'm gonna show you guys the beautiful Texas toast that comes with their canes and sauce.
Never seen something like that. Let
That
me
looks
see.
so good, doesn't it?
Can I eat this or no?
Fine.
Okay, what are you?
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
What can I eat?
These are the coleslaws. I'm gonna eat one coleslaw and then they gave me fries like this. What the heck?
Holy cow.
What?
Nothing's just crazy.
Okay, I need to try this cane sauce with the fries. Because this sauce looks so good. Oh my god.
We're hungry.
Holy shit!
This sauce is amazing.
Wow, what do you think of the chicken? Oh my god.
So soft.
Mm-hmm.
Potatoes.
Guys, this entire thing, let me show you. This entire thing of fries cost me $6, which is just so ridiculous.
Even their napkins are branded. How? These napkins are. I don't get it.
Okay.
Mystery. How do they even make money?
How did they even make money? But actually though. Welcome back to the vlogs. I disappeared. You guys didn't. Just been discombobulated. Have just been out of sorts. I have just been literally running around with a chicken with its head cut loose and for no reason at all. I was just picking up Raising Cane's. It took me like 2.5 to 3 hours today. So really, am I doing anything with my life? No. But it's just been kind of hectic. I think like sometimes my brain can't handle like randomly it'll just kind of be like, oh, okay, like I'm gonna check out for a couple of days, so like whatever you had to do, it's gonna take you twice as long because your brain is no longer in your brain. Regardless, when I got back from Raising Cane's today, I knocked out. I am not knocked out that badly in such a long time. So he said that he was gonna take a nap. I was doing work in the bed and he comes on over and I'm like, cuddle me while you take a nap and I'm doing work, right? And then slowly but surely I feel myself going down, okay? Slowly but surely the computer screen is going like this and so is my body, and suddenly the computer is closed. There's no light anymore, okay? So I'm laying in bed and I just remember like 5 minutes and I go and I wake up almost like, you know, when you're like drowning and then you awake, right? And so I do that and he looks at me and then he goes, what's wrong? And I go, I have to wake up. And he goes, no you don't, it's okay. And he cuddled me again and he brought me to a nap with him. I have never been so deep in a nap, and I'll be honest with you guys, it's mainly because I drove to a new area today, and I know it doesn't sound crazy, but it was just so much traffic. There was so many highway changes involved, and also on the way back I was really creeped out because I ended up going into like this warehousey area where there was just a bunch of warehouses, and you guys know I read way too many scary stories, and so I'm like, I don't like this, I don't like this. See a bunch of big trucks, my freaking navigation tells me to make a left at a dead, what is it called?
Dead cow?
No, at a dead end, a dead cow bits, a dead end. And so I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Literally, and there's just warehouses, and it wasn't even like a residential street, it was just warehouses, big ass semi trucks. Like I'm talking not even just like trucking trucks, I'm talking like those churners. Every time I see a churner, you know those trucks that have like the moving part in them, I'm just like, I bet there's a body in there on the highway. You don't think like stuff like that? And so like the entire time my butthole was clenched for the 2 hours that I was driving back and forth, hate driving to new areas, not only because A, I'm prone to get lost, B, I suck at following navigation, so I'm always taking the wrong turns, and C, it's just like just new areas, okay? So I've decided to do something that I saw online. I've been trying to do this for a really long time, for a hot minute now, and I'm holding my hair like this because my back is breaking out, and this shirt has a very low back.
You hold that here, please.
Thank you. You might come and hold it for, I'm just kidding. I have been seeing a lot of people do this on YouTube. Now here's the thing with these people. They all have kids, but was I gonna stop not doing this just because I don't have a child yet? I didn't think so, bitch. Don't let nothing stop you. So today we are going to be reviewing and trying kids menu items. I'm so freaking excited because I wanted to do this on the main channel, but I realized that a lot of the kids menu are just adult menu items in a kids menu meal. So it doesn't make sense. Today we're gonna be comparing a couple of different things. We're gonna be comparing McDonald's, Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, and a place called Doghouse that I've never had the adult version of. So I tried to get Subway and Postmates canceled my Subway order. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there. But we're gonna be comparing price, taste, and fun, because that's what I saw some YouTube videos do. Family vloggers, what's good? Family vloggers, what's good? What's poppin' bits? So essentially, they said that it has to be fun so your kid gets distracted. The last thing you want is your kid to interrupt your meal. Because that's the last thing that a parent wants, okay, from their kid. No, I'm just kidding. It's that you want your kid to be a little bit distracted so that they can just, you know, kids, I act like I know. I don't know shit about kids. I didn't know that Chick-fil-A was gonna have a good kids menu, and so this one was probably the most expensive. This came in at around $10 after Postmates for a kids meal. At that point, you might as well get an adult meal and portion it for your kid. Personally, that's my thoughts. I just never understood kids meals. Leave it in the comments if you're like a mom or a dad and let me know why you get kids meals, because I always thought kids meals are kind of pricey for what they are. I just thought, why don't you, instead of getting a kids meal from Chipotle, why don't you get an adult sized Chipotle and like save half of your kid's meal for like tomorrow for your kid, you know? I just thought it was hitting two birds with one stone. I don't know. Let me know. Maybe my mind will change once I have a kid. And so it does come with some distractions. It comes with highlights. Literally says highlights. It says collect all 5 activity books. I used to be so into like collectibles. If you told me I could, oh my god, don't hate me, but I used to go to like the Scholastic book fair and just smell books. This is why I had no friends, because I would just go to the corner and smell books. Something about, this is bringing me back. Oh my god, I want to be a kid again. So it says highlights. Explore the viewfinder flips this around, and so I wanted to say octopus, but it says the outdoors, okay? It's got hidden pictures. It says explore the, oh my gosh, I actually saw some ASMR channels doing some kids reading ASMR, so here we go, here we go. Are you guys ready? Did you feel the tingles?
Mm-hmm. In your butthole, yes.
In your butthole? Mm-hmm. Wow. Let's go to bed. I'm just kidding. It comes with a coloring book, but no crayons? How do you even expect your kid to be distracted? Where are the crayons?
There's ketchup in there.
There's ketchup in there. And so it comes with a Chick-fil-A sauce. One Chick-fil-A sauce. Oh, now you're up. He has risen. He has risen. He was laying on the ground.
I want fruit cup.
And now we have an Honest Kids juice box.
Let me be the judge for that.
He loves a good kids juice box. I don't know what his deal is with kids juice boxes, but he'll literally stick the straw in and like two-hand that and just.
I like Chipotle's juice better.
This
is half a bite.
This was close to $10.
Are you shitting me?
So this comes with 4 grilled nuggets. You can get regular chicken nuggets.
Fruit?
Yeah.
And the juice?
Yeah.
For $10?
Close to $10. I mean, I think I did get charged a delivery fee for this one though.
You know what? This is pretty good. $10, I'll pay.
I wouldn't. This is pretty much the Chick-fil-A setup with a crayon book without crayons. So it's got a fruit cup, the same size cup. It's got some grilled chicken nuggets. You can get chicken tenders or chicken nuggets that are fried, and it comes with a juice box. What would you rate this for a kid?
I mean, if my kid's really hungry, I want to take them there.
I feel like our kid's probably gonna eat a lot, so I don't think our kid, like I feel like my kid's
If
gonna
our
be...
kid's super little, like 2 years old, then yeah.
It's a place called Doghouse. They're known for their sandwiches, their hot dogs, their burgers. It's called House Burger. And this also comes with a juice box for kids, and this is the super fruit punch, and this one's a
Oh,
bigger
shit.
one, right?
I like how every restaurant has a juice.
Whoa, this packaging's funky fresh. So it looks like a box, but it's actually just
Ooh.
open and you slide it out.
Chemical or something?
And it has a mini,
Oh my god.
a hot dog. This
Corn
corn
dog?
dog is heavier than a full-size corn dog.
Oh.
That's a dense-ass corn dog and some tater tots. So, I mean,
I don't
honestly,
know.
I don't think I would give my kid this because this looks like a full-ass adult meal.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't really look like a kid's menu meal. This looks like, oh, okay, like she could get it. Like she eats a lot.
Let me see.
I like it. So greasy. I have like grease. I had to order 4 different Postmates because there's no delivery service where you can just say, hey
Can we
guys.
eat and talk? I love you.
Okay, let's go with McDonald's. We have to go with the iconic Happy Meal. Wait, will you tell them what happened with the Postmates?
It's just they had to deliver something and then go back and come back again. and
Wow,
deliver another thing.
storyteller! We love a storytelling sister! Okay, so what happened is there's no way for you to kind of organize in a way that you tell your Postmates, hey, I have 4 different deliveries, can you go get them all, right? Because maybe they don't want to go get them all or whatever, right? And so the first Postmates knocks on the door. He opens the door and he goes, thank you, right? Second Postmates knocks on the door like 5 minutes later. And it's the same Postmates as the first time. And then he's looking confused and this first Postmates explains to him, oh listen, like I don't know why, but it doesn't tell me that it's all going to the same place until after I end the delivery, right? And he was like, oh, okay, well thank you, right? Third Postmates come, new person, thank God, right? And not thank God, he was nice, but he gets the food delivery. 5 minutes later, the last Postmates come and it's the third Postmates. So literally 4 deliveries, 2 different Postmates, and they had to go back downstairs to their car and end the delivery for the phone to tell them, actually go back upstairs because this person also ordered a Happy
I
Meal.
feel like our kid,
Yeah.
when they turn 18, they will just leave the house so quick.
Why? Because I talk so much. You're so sassy right now.
They're like, Dad, I love you, okay? But, you know, every time before we eat, the mom tells an hour story.
Before dinner, Mom has to tell an hour story of how dinner was made, what happened at the grocery store. Rude.
Just want the damn Happy Meal, you know?
Oh my god. Okay, so a Happy Meal just looks like they kind of threw everything in there. No rhyme or reason. No rhyme or reason. Apples in a bag.
Oh shit.
And we've got a hamburger. That's so cute!
Honey.
This is so cute. Okay, sorry. Okay, the fries are in there. There's like 4 pieces of fries if you want to get those out. If you want to fry. This is so cute. And then this is the toy.
I feel like their toy has really
Gone down.
Yeah, the toy used to be so cool.
They used to have like watches and shit.
Oh, they got the best toy. What are these? These are, looks like dog toys. What? Who wants this? Do kids want this today?
I used to have like Hello Kitty watches at
Yeah.
one point that I loved. I used to try to
collectibles. Oh,
hamburger,
Lord.
ketchup, onion, pickle. So dry.
What the hell?
So there's supposed to be guac in here.
Uh-huh.
And then this one was my third option, but they gave it to me in a cup, I guess, so it doesn't, like, you know, soak through. But I'm supposed to get an extra tub of guac.
Oh.
Yeah, so,
so
right
you're
when I was
missing-
about to S the D.
So kids menu, you get guac, salsa,
So you can do meat.
rice.
So most people will do rice, meat, and a salsa.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a
For
good-
$5, and
Yeah.
you get a side of chips and a juice,
Oh, that's a
and you
good
get
size.
these.
$5?
$5.
Oh shit, I'll eat that.
2 full tortillas.
Yeah,
or
I'll
2
eat
full
that.
tacos, right?
Yeah. This is a good portion too.
Uh-huh.
And this is the same food as here. Chipotle and Chipotle.
You don't know how many times where I asked my mom that I wanted Chipotle and she'd bring me Chick-fil-A or vice versa.
No way.
I'd be like, what the
No. That's the cutest thing.
No, it's not!
It's
No,
so
it's
cute.
not!
She's like, you said Chipotle Chipotle.
She says it changes every day. These days she's gotten a lot better, but when I was in high school, she would literally say chipotle or something, like chipotle. So I'm like, is she saying chipotle or is she saying Chick-fil-A? It was like chipotle. But I guess at the end it both starts with CH and then it ends like A, right? So then she's like Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, whatever. So she would literally just do whatever the fuck she wanted. She literally called me and be like, hey, what do you want me to bring home? Because I'd get home from school and she wasn't home and there's literally nothing to eat. And she's like, I'll bring home some food. What do you want? And I'd be like, oh, can you get me Chipotle? And she knows my menu, like what I get from both restaurants, right? And she goes, 그래? She comes home with the opposite of what I asked for. I'm like craving a burrito bowl and she's like bringing me my chicken sandwich. And like, yeah, first world problems, okay? Like I sound like such a privileged little bitch right now. I told you I wanted the red Lamborghini, Mom. Not the green. Damn it. No, it's just like, I think it's worse because she asks you. So when she's coming home, you're like ready to eat that burrito bowl. So like, it's just, like, it's one thing if they don't even ask you and they bring you Chick-fil-A, then it's like, oh, thanks, Mom, I was hungry, you know? But it's like once they ask you and your mind is like waiting for that burrito bowl to get home, just game changer. So then, and then after like a couple times of that, we literally get into fights on the phone. Cause I'd be like, 엄마, chipotle? 아니면 chick-fil-A? And she goes, 아니, 내가 그 chipole라 그랬잖아. And I go, 아니, 근데.
Nobody here speaks Korean, so you don't have to have a full-on conversation with yourself.
But first, today's comment of the day goes to Lexi Rodriguez, beautiful bits, and she goes, ask the ghost if they want to be in a mukbang. Get the views, sis. Wait, but then also Abigail goes, yes, like Stephanie asking the ghost questions. The ghost is jealous because he can't eat the nuclear noodles. You got any good Wait, honey, someone commented under that going in quotes, you got any good cases? Yes or no, biz? As me asking the ghost.
And then all of a sudden you see like fucking your spoon start moving and shit.
No longer funny, honey. No longer.
Yes. Indeed.
Oh my god, what if it like spells out in Sriracha, yes? Can we get like a green screen glove and someone just acts to be a ghost? This is so funny. Also, B commented, I'm a leader, not a follower. Unless it's a dark place, then you're going first. Leadership skills on point, okay, B? I love you, business. That's gonna be it for today's vlog, and I'll see you guys tomorrow because tomorrow we have a full day jam-packed with things to do, and I can't wait to show you guys. 3, 2, mother freaking